Future of Dragon Ball. Because right now, the franchise is standing at a really interesting point where the old legacy meets new generation hype. And honestly, if you're a real fan, this is one of the most exciting times to be alive. For years, people kept asking one question: is Dragon Ball Super ever coming back? And while the anime side stayed quiet for a while, behind the scenes, things have been moving. We already saw the manga continue with major arcs like Moro, Granola, and the superhero storyline. And fans who actually read the manga know that the story has gone way deeper than the anime ever reached. The Moro arc especially felt like classic Dragon Ball mixed with modern storytelling. Magic, god-level techniques, planetary danger, and Goku being pushed in ways we hadn't seen before. That arc alone deserves full anime treatment, proper animation, emotional soundtrack, and cinematic fights. And the truth is, studios don't invest this much in manga continuation unless they plan to animate it eventually. Dragon Ball isn't a small franchise, it's a global money machine. They don't let stories like this sit forever. On top of that, we also got Dragon Ball Daima, which is a brand new anime project created before Akira Toriyama's passing. And whether people love the chibi style or not, Daima is still extremely important because it proves one thing very clearly. Dragon Ball anime is still alive. They're still experimenting, still building new stories, still investing in animation, still bringing Goku back to screens worldwide. That alone increases the chances that after Daima finishes, attention will shift back to Dragon Ball Super's continuation. Studios like Toei Animation know exactly what fans want. They see the comments, the trends, the demand. They know Moro arc, Ultra Ego Vegeta, Black Frieza. These are not small hype moments. These are internet-breaking moments waiting to be animated. Imagine Black Frieza's entrance with modern animation quality, cinematic lighting, and intense OST. That would crash the internet for real. Now let's talk about games, because Dragon Ball games are honestly entering a golden era again. We're not in the PS2 Budokai days anymore, but the ambition is getting close. Dragon Ball. Zero is probably the most hyped Dragon Ball fighting game in over a decade. This isn't just another arena fighter. This is basically the spiritual successor to Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Real fans know what that means. Massive roster, insane speed, destructive environments, transformations mid-battle, beam clashes, cinematic ultimates. The type of game where you don't just play, you feel like you're inside the anime. The gameplay footage already shows that they're not treating this like a cash grab. They're treating it like a love letter to fans. And if the final roster includes characters from Super, GT, movies, and potentially Daima content too, this could become the ultimate Dragon Ball game. Then there's Dragon Ball Xenoverse, which still has a strong player base even after so many years. That alone shows how powerful Dragon Ball's gaming community is. People are still creating custom characters, still role-playing their own science stories, still buying DLCs. Few anime franchises have that level of longevity in games, and developers clearly see that, which is why they keep investing in bigger projects instead of abandoning the series. What's really interesting is the direction Dragon Ball is moving toward now. Earlier, Dragon Ball was mostly about simple growth. Goku trains, new enemy arrives, bigger transformation, bigger fight. But now the universe feels wider. We've got multiple universes, gods of destruction, angels, different timelines, divine techniques, mortal limits being broken. Characters like Vegeta are no longer just chasing Goku's shadow. They're carving their own path. Ultra Ego isn't just a power-up, it's a philosophy. Gohan is no longer just potential man. Beast form finally gave him a terrifying presence. Broly is no longer just rage. He's a character with depth. Frieza is once again terrifying. This isn't just nostalgia anymore. This is evolution, and that's why Dragon Ball still dominates. New anime fans discover it every year. Old fans never really leave. You grow up watching Goku, and somehow, years later, you're still here waiting for the next transformation, the next villain, the next legendary moment. Few stories have that power. Dragon Ball is not just an anime, it's culture, it's gym motivation, it's meme culture, it's internet debates, it's childhood memories, it's hype. The future is honestly wide open. More anime is inevitable, more movies will come, more games will be announced. And the smartest thing Dragon Ball is doing right now is not rushing. They're building slowly, carefully, making sure when something drops, it hits hard. Because when Dragon Ball does something right, the whole world pays attention. Social media explodes. YouTube fills with reactions. TikTok floods with edits. That's the level of impact this franchise still has. And as fans, we're not just watching from the outside anymore. We're part of the journey. Every theory, every discussion, every hype moment keeps this universe alive. Dragon Ball didn't survive decades just because of animation or fights. It survived because people genuinely care. And looking at everything happening right now, the anime projects, the manga continuation, the next-gen games, the evolving characters, it really feels like Dragon Ball's next era could be even bigger than the last.